Hey everyone, and welcome to your carrier update presented by PowerFleet. So I wanted to show a chart of the volumes year over year change real fast, just to show you where we are in relation to last year and the year preceding it. So this is the outbound tender volume index yearly change behind me. So you can see right here, anything in red is a negative comp. So that means that we were seeing contraction year over year. Early part of the year, 2019 was miserable for carriers in general. Not a lot of positive here. You had a little blip here around April, and that's actually from Easter. Easter was different this time of year, and then they made up for it by going deeply negative here in the late part of April around Easter there. This was the real big trough, though, of the year was May of last year. This was right after the tariff announcement from Trump about China. The trade war escalated, etc. Not great. Then throughout the summer, we had continuation of negative comps until about late July, early August. Things got a little bit better. These were not huge increases, however. So anything right here is really just timing of Thanksgiving. And December, though, December was actually a really good month for freight. We talked about this recently. We had 5 to 6% increases year over year in the month of December, contracting period of time with the holiday, etc. We're still we're just under a percentage up. So we're starting to narrow that band between year over year volume comparisons here. So tender rejection rates paint a different story, however. So tender rejections are, of course, a measure of overall capacity. The more a carrier is rejecting contracted freight tenders, that means that there's more activity on the spot market, increasing upward rate pressure. Back down here, we were way underneath last year in terms of tender rejection rates. And over time, we have become closer and closer to zero. You see this line up here? This is zero. We have not been flat yet versus the 2018 year, which was extremely tight. And we saw a lot of increases in rates over that period of time. We're roughly about 2.69 percentage points down. So that's 269 basis points down year over year. We are starting to get into a lot more favorable comps year over year. But that being said, the overall freight market is still cooling, and we are in that period of January where it's just not going to be a tight time, except for some isolated pockets across the country. Weather, of course, is a big issue this time of year, and we should see some of those across the northern tier pop up from time to time. A few years back, we had nor'easter after nor'easter really decimate the Philadelphia market and up here around upstate New York and Pennsylvania. But we're not seeing those right now. We're going to have a system come through over the weekend. Should not have too much of an impact, but it is something to watch in the Midwest here. Now, the Midwest does have the market of the day for me in terms of Green Bay, Wisconsin. Now, up here in the icebox of the country, not a lot of carrier activity, especially this time of year. Cold, snowy, just not a lot of shipper activity either. So there's not a lot of DCs, but we are seeing this dark blue on my weighted rejection index map here tell us that this is one of the tighter markets of the country right now. So looking at the Green Bay market today, all length of hauls shown green here. That means that they're all getting tighter. The tweener rejection, so anything moving between 450 and 800 miles is going to be your best opportunity. So if you are a carrier that operates in this part of the country and you do get that load request come over, make sure that you hold strong with your margins. You can charge for this area today. So, and the short haul rejection rate also up. So if you're a regional carrier, that's fine too. Keep your rates high out of this market today. If you do get a load request, do not say that it's January and I'm going to keep reducing my margins. So this is one of the areas of the country, limited areas of the country, I should say, that you can do that today. And that'll do it for today's carrier update.
The comprehensive logistics offerings from PowerFleet cover in-cab ELD, fleet management, trailer tracking, cargo monitoring, and tracking other assets such as chassis and intermodal containers. Power up your operations with PowerFleet.